Good morning, everybody. It's Stephanie Hackers here, and I am going to do my weekly Wealth and Abundance Energy reading for the 2nd to the 8th of December 2019. So each week on a Monday, I choose 3 or so cards, and I've been using my own deck lately. And I'm very excited to report that 2 or 3 decks are going to arrive today, hot off the press from China, which were the first 3 to come off the production line for me to have a look. So I will no doubt be doing another live a little bit later on to show you them, because I'm very excited about that. So basically, I tune in and I ask for guidance about what we need to know to help build our wealth and abundance for the upcoming week. And I choose some cards to help with that guidance. And then I hop on live and I interpret what the cards might mean for you. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am a success coach, and I love to work with people who are intuitive or who are at least open to the possibility that we need to work with the universe in order to achieve our goals. And that's exactly what my message is for these wealth and abundance energy readings. It's like, well, what is the universal energy doing, and how can we work with that in order to achieve our goals? Now, this week I've chosen 2 cards from my own parenting oracle card deck. So this is my card deck. This is like a prototype that I had printed, and the actual ones with there's a different picture on the front underneath the light code. There's a bit of a star galaxy sort of picture here, but on this side they'll be pretty much the same. So I created these cards primarily for myself, and also to help parents to tune into their higher guidance system to help support them with what to do with their children. So the first card that I've chosen for the Wealth and Abundance Energy reading for this week is the Improvement card. So this says, I acknowledge my child's achievements in light of how they have improved. So we can get up very easily, we can get caught up in a comparison cycle where we compare our success or progress with other people that seem to be doing a lot more than us. They might, if you're in business, there might be other people that are running bigger programs or that have more clients, or that just seem to be achieving things, and that can make us feel like we're not good enough, like we're not doing enough. And I certainly have those thoughts from time to time when I see someone who's done something amazing. You know, they've had a $10,000 month, or they've just sold $30,000 worth of programs, or whatever it might be. And this card is reminding you that you are running your own race, okay? And that it's really important that you acknowledge how far you've come and how much you've improved in your personal growth, and also in your wealth and abundance manifesting energy over the past sort of 12 months to 2 years. So take a look back, think about where you were we're leading up to Christmas, obviously, where you were leading up to Christmas in 2017. And I don't know about you, but I am a completely different person. So much has happened. So many things have been healed and worked upon since then. And of course, you know, I've still got a long way to go, and we've all still got a long way to go. But rather than comparing yourself to other people and your perception of where you think that they are, then it's really important to acknowledge how much you've improved and how far you've come. So I'm going to take this opportunity to give you all an amazing pat on the back and say, well done, because the people who are, you know, following me, I know that we're the ones who are leading the way. We're leading the way forward for the healing of all beings on this planet. And that is not an easy task to undertake. And sometimes it feels like we're going over old ground again and again, but in fact, we're healing layers upon layers upon layers, and you're doing an amazing job. So that's the first card. Now, the second card is the gratitude card. So this says, I practice an attitude of gratitude with my children. So one of the words that I really love is the word appreciate. So obviously gratitude is appreciating the things that we have, but the word appreciate also means to grow. So if you've got money in a bank account and it's earning interest, then the term we use for that is appreciating. And so the reason why they're the same word is because what we appreciate and what we're grateful for actually grows. So have I recommend that everyone keeps a gratitude journal, or at least spends a few minutes being really grateful as they put their head on their pillow at night for all the amazing, abundant world that we live in, and to really appreciate the little things that are the big things. Like every time, well, for me, every time I turn on my tap, I know that there's going to be water that's going to come out, and it's going to be clean, fresh drinking water. Whenever I go to the supermarket, there's always an abundance of fresh food that I can buy at any time. Just appreciating the trees and the flowers and the life that's around us, appreciating our friends, our family, the connections that we have, the virtual connections that we have on Facebook, etc. Really tune into your heart as much as you can and be grateful, and especially to practice gratitude this week. But it's something that we should always do. So the third card that I've chosen is from this Spirit Animal Oracle, and this is Colette Baron Reid's deck, and it's such a beautiful deck with the animals. And this is the Brown Bear Spirit card, and it says to take time out. So it's a pretty clear message for this week, is that the energy is encouraging you to step away from your continual to-do, taking action kind of time, and spend a few minutes as at least every day doing nothing. Have a nap, meditate, go for a walk without listening to anything, or without it needing to be for exercise or anything like that, because the message from this card is that when we're still and when we're quiet, then that's when we can get connected to our guides. It's when we can get connected to our bigger picture, and it's when we get a different perspective on what it is that we're meant to be doing. So when we are, and it's also about being patient as well. So it's about that. This week is not the time for taking huge action. It's the time for just going within, for contemplating, for meditating, choosing, if you've got some of your own oracle decks, choose a few cards and just think about, ask for guidance, ask for what your next step needs to be, because sometimes when we're too busy within doing, we can actually lose sight of the bigger picture and where we're meant to be heading. And whilst it seems like on the surface of it that we might be making progress in terms of ticking off our to-do list, if we're on the wrong path, or if we're not aligned, then we're just wasting time. And this is something that I've had to learn probably the hard way, because I'm a doer and I love being busy and I love ticking things off my to-do list and feeling like I'm being productive. But in actual fact, I'm much more effective when I slow down and when I take the time to contemplate and to plan and strategize. It was only just a couple of weeks ago when I had a tricky task, a report that I needed to write. I had no idea what I was doing. I read the question for it, and I'd been putting it off, and instead of sitting down to write, I actually got up and I put on a load of washing. And I thought to myself, you know, the judgment in my head was, what are you doing? You're procrastinating, you're putting this off, you don't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. But what actually happened was when I stepped away from my computer and I was contemplating the question, I was actually planning what I needed to write. And so that when I did sit down, you know, 10 or 15 minutes later and actually write it, then it was so much more clear about what the plan was and what I was actually going to write about. So that's just a micro example of what we need to do in terms of balancing that, the being and the doing. And I really feel like our spirit guides are really trying to communicate with us. And the only way that we can listen and hear them or see them or however you pick up on them is by taking some time out and stepping away and contemplating and listening. Good morning, Alice. Hi, Kathleen. So nice for you to join me. So that's the energy reading for the week. So just to summarize, if you're feeling a little bit like you've got comparison-itis or you're feeling a little bit down, remember to focus on how much you've improved. Remember to be grateful for all the little things. And remember that the brown bear spirit is with you this week, and that it's actually productive to rest and allow your body to, you know, that's the other thing with taking the time out, is to allow your body to rejuvenate and get ready for the lead up to Christmas, which I know for many people can be a little bit mad and a little bit busy, a little bit overwhelming for some people. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful week. And if you've got any questions for me during the week, please say hello and ask them in the comments, and I'll come back and answer them later on. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I shall catch you all again probably later today after my cards arrive, and I'll be able to share them with you. See ya. Catch you next time. Bye for now.